I've talked about this before, especially in the past couple of days, but there are so many more people involved in not just what happened to Charlie Kirk specifically, but in this kind of radical militia that exists in this country than most people ever knew. I had an idea how many people it was, but now in the wake of Charlie, I see that this isn't just a few hundred people in Portland. This is hundreds of thousands of Americans. This is, of that, hundreds of thousands that are celebrating his passing or, supporting leftist attacks. There's a high percentage of those people who seem to be not only okay with it, but engaging in it. And today there was a Senate hearing and even more information came out, including the fact that there were way more than the initially reported 20 people in Charlie Kirk's Assassins Discord, which we're going to hear about. And we're going to hear about a problem that most of us don't really know about. I don't know if you know this, but there's a Twitter or X alternative called Bluesky. It's mostly just people who ran away from Twitter when Trump won. It is hundreds of thousands of users. It got so bad with their people glorifying Charlie's passing and demanding more of it, more calls for attacks on conservatives. It got so bad that Bluesky itself had to finally issue a warning to all of its users. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of posts. This is scary, scary stuff. Let's go to the first part about the Discord server. Also, by the way, make sure you are subscribed to this channel wherever you're watching it or following it. I know that, it's annoying to sometimes have to create extra accounts and this, that, and the other stuff, but it's the only way that I can count on you actually seeing my videos. Now, here's this video.
The FBI investigating the Kirk assassination as part of this broader pattern of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence.
We are investigating Charlie's assassination fully and completely and running out every lead related to any allegation of broader violence, and we're producing results on that we'll disclose when appropriate.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just ask you a few questions about that, if I could. Sure. Reports have
Yeah, I mean, the best thing Kash Patel can do right now is be overly transparent. To be overly transparent. That's what he needs to be. Not just transparent, but I need let the people decide what's important and what's not important. Don't do any vetting for us. I want to decide what I think is important and what isn't.
Suggested that the FBI is investigating a broader network of groups that may have had some knowledge of the shooter's plans. Can you give us any details on that? Following up what you already said in public, how's the FBI working to find other potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him? Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately. And we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement. And we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been leaked that there was a Discord chat. And for those unfamiliar with it, it's a gaming chat room online.
It's not really about gaming. Just want to be clear. I use Discord for our members. You can join our members Discord at thequartering.com/join. It's a private group, but there's hundreds of people in there, and we're doing incredible work in there, investigating on our own, and fantasy football and all this other kind of stuff. It's just a great group to be a part of, and I hope you'll join it. But I don't use it for gaming. I mean, there is gaming conversations going on in there, but it's really just a chat room.
That the suspect participated in. So what we're doing, we've already done, is sort of legal process, not just on Discord, so that the information we gathered is sustained and held in a evidentiary posture that we could use in prosecution should it be decided to do so. And we're also going to be investigating anyone and everyone involved in that Discord chat.
Okay, very good.
Now, that's great. They need to find the real names of all those people and figure it out, because obviously they aligned with him.
I see the public reports that the Discord thread had as many as 20 additional users. It sounds like you're trying to run down all of that to see if that's accurate, who else may have been on that thread, what they may have known. Is that
how many FBI agents were in there?
That's fair to say.
It's a lot more than that, and we're running them all down.
It's a lot more than 20?
Yes, sir.
And you're running all of that to ground?
Every single one.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's a lot more than 20. I think we're going to find out that there's potentially hundreds of people in here, and that there were private messages encouraging this, planning it, talking about it in the open. That's what I believe we're going to find. That's what I believe we're going to see here, is that there are tons of other people involved here. And that's the terrifying thing. They want us to think it's just a few people, but it's not. I'm going to take that even further. Discord, of course, responded to it. As far as I can tell, Discord is cooperating. Now, Senator Eric Schmidt points out that the far left, or just really the left, it's not even the far left anymore. We have to get away from this talking about it's just this group of trans radicals or it's everyone. It's all of them. What are we talking about here? It's even moderate people on the left. Doctors, lawyers celebrating this stuff. He blasts left for glorifying it. It was organized, funded, political attacks, and it was not quote both sides. People like Destiny and other people on the left keep yelling and screaming about both sides. This isn't both sides. You aren't seeing the leftists getting picked off at speaking events. You're not seeing, leftist political leaders having attempts on their life. It's only the left. Bluesky, the left-wing alternative to X, was so overwhelmed with these posts that the platform was forced, mostly against their will, to finally issue a statement warning its own users to stop glorifying the murder of Charlie Kirk. That's how bad it was. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of posts. This is terrifying to me.
The left-wing alternative to X was so overwhelmed with these posts that the platform was forced to issue a statement warning its users to stop glorifying the murder. And it wasn't just random social media trolls. It was journalists, elite college professors, and even politicians, all but saying Charlie's assassination was justified because of what he thought, because of what he said. We saw the flood of hit pieces, the most powerful media outlets in the nation dishonestly attacking and villainizing Charlie for the most vicious possible terms. Mm-hmm. How can you ask us to unite under that?
Right.
There can be no unity between good and evil. Somebody has to win this thing. And as a country, we have to absolutely reject it. And don't tell me it's both sides.
Exactly. I don't want to hear it's both sides. It isn't both sides. They say the left says both sides while going on Bluesky and glorifying his death. The left says it's both sides while etching leftist ideology on their bullets to take our conservative leaders, our religious leaders, our children in schools away from us. It is not both sides.
It didn't happen in a vacuum. Over the past decade, we've seen an explosion of political violence, not just one-off lone wolf attacks, but organized, systemic political violence at a mass scale. It is not organic. It is the offspring of a dark and clandestine system funded in part with our own tax dollars, winning with a large network of foundations, NGOs, activist organizations, and front groups. This system lurks behind every radical leftist movement in our nation today. The George Soros empire has financed a vast ecosystem of radicals, all working together, dropping off bricks at riots. to unleash a tidal wave of violently anarchists on our streets and to prop it up in an army of researchers and experts and journalists and propagandists who downplay the political violence.
What he's doing is serious.
I'm going to ask you, because I don't have a ton of
Somebody in the background said what he's doing is serious. I'm not sure.
time.
The opposite of what we should be doing as a committee.
And I would point out, we've heard years of the left, their loudest voices calling anyone on the right extremist MAGA Republicans, fascists, Nazis, an existential threat to democracy.
That's why
Check yourself.
Right.
And don't give me this both sides bullshit.
Yes, I agree. It's not both sides. Destiny went on and said, oh, well, it's going to be, the right. Donald Trump needs to go on TV. Donald Trump needs to go on TV and tell everyone to lower the temperature. Get out of here with that. Did X have to issue a warning? No, it was Bluesky. Bluesky warned users Thursday that celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk violated its rules after dozens of posts celebrated the grisly attack. While some of the reactions condemned the murder, many took the opportunity to rip the slain activist over his politics with a torrent of personal attacks. An author called it criminal, wrong, and should be condemned, but of course added that Charlie was a horrible, hateful man who targeted marginalized groups and he refused to sanitize them. A comedian says, do these idiots even realize that taking out Charlie Kirk makes you a worse person than Charlie Kirk? Others were openly hostile. Bluesky had to make an official post glorifying the attacks or harm violates Bluesky's community guidelines. We review reports and take action on content that celebrates harm against anyone. Violence has no place in healthy public discourse. That got a measly 3,000 likes. And you know why they didn't open it up? You know why they didn't open up to replies? Because they would have got ratioed into oblivion. This problem is far worse than any of us knew. And it's time for the Trump administration, and if Kash Patel wants to keep his job, for these people to get serious about getting rid of this.